Hello, students. Boy, do I miss you. Hate looking out here and not seeing anyone. Hope you all are well and safe and happy, but I do miss you. This is going to be our worksheet 5.6, 7, and 8 all together. If you need access to this, go in Sakai, go to resources, you'll find it there. At the end of the worksheet would be the homework that will be due later on. I just want to go ahead and put my video up. So the first one, I'm asking you to factor all of these, okay? So they have nothing in common. These three terms have nothing in common. So we do 2 parentheses. The square root of x squared is x. It goes in my first slot. If all of the signs are positive in my problem, all of the signs are positive in my answer. Now I need factors of 18 that add up to 9. Well, you have 1 times 18, 2 times 9, and 3 times 6. 3 times 6. 3 and 6 add up to 9. So I put in a 3 and a 6. That's great. I think it's the answer. How do I check it? Our F word, FOIL. X squared, 6x plus 3x is 9x. 3 times 6 is 18. Beautiful. Let's try the next one. They have nothing in common, so I put 2 parentheses. First slot, x. I have a negative on the end. That means I have to have a positive and a negative. Doesn't matter which order, it just has to be opposite signs. Now I need factors of 24 that subtract to give me a 2, and a negative 2 with that. Well, you have 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. Well, if you subtract 4 and 6, you can get 2. Which number, the 4 or the 6, needs to be negative? Well, the bigger number, because my middle number is negative. So this is the 6, this is the 4. How do we check it? Well, x squared minus 6x plus 4x is a negative 2x. 4 times negative 6 is negative 24. I take a moment this juncture to say some of you do this a little differently. They use the X method and you put things in there and different methods of doing it. All roads lead to Rome. I don't care how you do it. As long as you get the right answer and you're not cheating, I'm happy with you. Let's try C. None of these terms have anything in common. 2 parentheses. X goes in my first slot. All of my signs are positive in my problem, so they're positive in my answer. What are factors of 3 that add up to 4? Well, the only factors of 3 are 3 times 1. Let's try it. X squared. X plus 3x is 4x, and 3 times 1 is 3. Next one. None of these terms have anything in common. 2 parentheses. X is in the first slot. I have a negative 10, so my signs have to be opposite. Opposite. What are the factors of 10? Subtract and give me a positive 3. You have 1 times 10 and 2 times 5. 2 times 5, if you subtract, you would get a 3. I need it to be a positive 3, so my big number, the 5, needs to be positive and the 2 negative. Let's try it. X squared minus 2x plus 5x is 3x. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. Let's try E. I will adjust slightly so you can see better. Let's try E. They have nothing in common, so we have 2 parentheses. A and A. I have a positive on the end. There are 2 ways to get a positive when you multiply 2 different numbers. Could be positive times a positive is a positive, or negative times a negative is positive. Look in the middle, it's negative. So I need 2 negatives. What are the factors of 6 that add up to give me 5? Well, that'd be a 2 and a 3. Let's try it. A squared minus 3a minus 2a is minus 5a. Negative times a negative is positive 6. Perfect. Let's try F. Again, these 3 terms have nothing in common. I have a 2x squared. Well, that's not too bad because 2 happens to be a prime number. The only way to get 2 is 1 times 2. So I put 2x times x. 2x times x would give us 2x squared. All of the signs in our problem are positive, so in the answer they also are positive. Now, we have this 4 out here. Normally I would say let's use the square root, but not this time. Actually, we have 1 times 4 or 2 times 2 or 4 times 1. It's going to make a difference where we put the 1 and 4 because of this 2 right here. I don't know which one you want to try, but I want to try 1 and 4. Let's try this. We'll try this one, and I marked through it to show I tried it. We get 2x squared. This gives us 8x plus 1x is 9x, and 1 times 4 is 4. Now, I'll be honest with you. I know the answer, so I got it first time. Are you going to get it the first try? Probably not, and that's okay. It's a guess and check method. You may try 2 and 2. You'll see it doesn't work. You might try 4, 1. You'll see it doesn't work. So just keep trying until you find the right answer. G. These 3 terms have nothing in common. We have 2 parentheses. 6w squared. Well, 6 is not prime. I could go 6x and x, or I could go 3x and 2x. Here's my hint to you. Usually, if the number's not prime, it's composite, it'll be the numbers that are the factors that are close together, like 3 and 2. So let's try 3w and 2w. Let's just try it. Now, next, I've got a negative on the end. That means I need opposite signs. Now, it could be plus minus. It could be minus plus. I don't know. I didn't actually cheat on this one. So plus and minus. Maybe I got it wrong. Now, factors of 15. Well, we need to get a negative 1 in the middle. That's going to be a little bit harder. You've got 1 times 15, 15 times 1. You've got 3 times 5 or 5 times 3. Let's try 3 and 5. And then I marked through it to show I tried it. Let's try it. 6w squared minus 15w plus 6w gives you a negative 9w. That didn't work. Okay. Let's try 5 and 3. 5, 3. And then I marked through it to show I tried it. 6w squared minus 9w plus 10w is a positive w. We're almost there. That tells me I need to switch my signs. Make this negative and this one positive. Let's try. 6w squared, 9w minus 10w is a negative w, and then negative times a positive is a negative. We got it. We didn't get it on the first try. That's okay. It's okay. Take as much time as you need to. You've got plenty of time. You're at home, probably not doing much. Do some math, okay? Good. Let's try H. Again, these 3 terms have nothing in common, no factor in common, no x in common. So I have 2x squared. You know that's 2x times x. That's the only option. It's a prime number. I have a negative out here, plus minus. Is that the right order? I don't know. I haven't cheated to look. We'll see. Could be minus plus. Factors of 3 are just 1 and 3, guys. That's all you have. So it's either 1 and 3 or it's 3 and 1. Let's try. 2x squared minus 6x plus 1x is a minus 5x. What do I need to do? Change the signs. Plus, minus. Let's try this. 2x squared, 6x minus 1x is a 5x. Negative times positive is negative 3. And we win. Beautiful. Let's try. Okay, I'm going to you can see better. They have nothing in common, so we do 2 sets of parentheses. 3x squared. Well, 3 is a prime number, so it's 3x and x. My last term is positive. It's either plus plus or minus minus. Look in the middle. It's negative, so it's minus minus. I need to get all the way to an 11 in the middle, and I have factors of 6. I have 1 times 6, 6 times 1. I have 2 times 3, 3 times 2. I'm going to try 2 and 3. So I mark it out to show I tried it. Let's see if it works. I get 3x squared minus 9x minus 2x is minus 11x. Negative times a negative is a positive. And we did it correct the first try that time. I didn't even cheat. Okay, first time. I promise you, the more of these problems you do, the better at it you will become. Okay, it's just part of what happens. Let's scooch over. Number 2. We're going to factor this guy out. Ding, 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 ding. Why am I dinging? difference of two perfect square roots. So we have two sets of parentheses. The square root of a to the fourth is a squared. The square root of 9 is 3. Do you remember what the signs are? Opposite, plus and minus. You have a to the fourth minus 3a squared plus 3a squared cancel. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. Beautifully done. Now on the back. Again. Ding, 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 ding. This is not, I'm sorry, no dinging. This is not the difference of two perfect squares, but it's kind of a special factoring thing as well. You'll see. So y to the 8th minus 14y to the 4th plus 49. Well, I know this has to be y to the 4th and y to the 4th. You add them up, you get 8. You're good. I know I have a positive on the end, so it's either plus plus or minus minus. Look in the middle, minus minus. And I'll tell you, if there's a perfect square root, try it. It probably will work. The square root of 49 is 7. Let's see if it works. Y to the 8th minus 7y to the 4th minus 7y to the 4th is minus 14y to the 4th. Negative times negative is positive 49. Excellent. Good job, everybody. Let's look at number 3. Number 3. This one, I say, well, I can factor this guy. That would be x squared in my first slot. I have a negative, so it's a plus minus, okay? Factors of 2 that subtract and give me a positive 1 in the middle. Well, that would mean the 2 times 1, the 2 would have to be positive because I want a positive in the middle. Let's try it. X to the 4th minus x squared plus 2x squared is 1x squared. Good. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. That is correct. But can we keep going? Do you see something else that we can do? Ding, 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 ding. Right here. So this guy hangs on, x squared plus 2. How do you factor x squared minus 1? Well, x, signs are opposite. The square root of 1 is 1. Okay? And that's beautifully done. Good job, everybody. Let's try the next one. I look at this and I say, wait a second. They have something in common we can factor out. 3w. If I divide by 3w, I have w squared. Divide by 3w minus w. Divide by 3w minus 6. Now, let's make sure we're right. If we multiply 3w cubed minus 3w squared minus 18w, it's correct. But look at this beautiful trinomial sitting here. If you see that beautiful trinomial, I probably want you to try and factor it again. It will factor. Now, 3w hangs on. Now let's factor this. I have w. I have a negative on the end, so my signs are opposite one another. What are factors of 6 that subtract and give me a 1? Let's try it, a negative 1. Let's try 2 and 3. W squared minus 3w plus 2w is a negative 1w. Positive times a negative is a negative. Here's your final answer. Beautifully done, everyone. One more down here. See this? Okay. What do they have in common? Well, they have an A and a B in common. If I divide by AB, I have A cubed plus 125. Well, let's make sure it's right. Multiply A to the 4th B plus 125 AB. Yes. But do you recall this A cubed and B cubed? Look at the screen. Here it is. A cubed plus B cubed. This is how we factor it. You should have written this down. That's what we're going to do. This problem way down here. Here we go. AB hangs on. Now we're doing our formula. We have to determine the cube root of A cubed is A, and the cube root of 125 is 5. 5. A is A, and B is 5. According to our formula, it's A plus B. That's A plus 5. A squared, which is A squared, minus A times B, 5A, plus B squared, 25. Is that what I got? That certainly is. All right. Now, I'm going to erase. We have a couple more problems to do. And we will be done. We're almost there. You guys are doing great. Super proud of you. I know this isn't the easiest way to learn math. I wish that we could interact more. I'm trying, and this is the best that I know how to do for y'all. I know it's not perfect. Let's try 4A. You see that? This is a little bit different because now it says equals 0. Before, we were just dealing with expressions. This is called an equation. Why? Because it has an equals in it. So that means we're actually going to solve for what x should be. Well, fn, factor first. Let's factor this guy. First lot is x. I have a negative, so it's plus or minus. Factors of 12 and subtract are going to give me a negative or a positive 1. Well, you may not know, but it's 4 and 3, okay? You could try 1 times 12, 12 times 1, 6 times 2, 2 times 6, 3 times 4, or 4 times 3. We're going to try 4 and 3. X squared minus 3x plus 4x is a positive x, and 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. That is correct. You may have to do that a couple of times to get it correct. Just to check. It's okay. I will tell you this. The more of these you do, the factoring, the easier it will become, and you'll start to see the answer. Now here's the last part of this. To solve for x, either this has to be 0, or this has to be 0, because 0 times anything is still 0. So set each factor equal to 0. This is a factor equal to 0. This is a factor equal to 0, and solve. X is negative 4, and x is 3. You have two answers, negative 4 and 3. Let's try the next one. 10x squared equals 5x. A couple different ways you could probably do that. I want it to get equal to 0, so I'm going to subtract 5x. 10x squared minus 5x equals 0. What do these two have in common? Well, they have a 5x. Divide by 5x, you have 2x, minus 5x divided by 5x is 1. Let's make sure it's right. I multiply 10x squared, multiply negative 5x. Set each factor equal to 0. 5x is a factor equal to 0. 2x minus 1 is a factor equal to 0. Divide by 5, x is 0. 0 divided by anything is 0. Add 1. 2x is 1. Divide by 2. X is 1/2. Two answers. X is 1/2 and x is 0. There you go. We have one problem left to do. Now, this problem I just wrote on the board is not in the right order at all. When everything over on the left and it equals to 0, I want an x squared, then x, then constant equals 0. So I'm going to add 9 on both sides. I have negative 6x squared plus 3x plus 9 equals 0. Now I'm a little bit happier. Remember we talked before how we want to make the x squared, the big term, positive? I'm going to divide everything by negative 3. They each have a factor of 3. When I divide by negative 3, I get 2x squared minus x minus 3 equals 0. Now I might have messed up the negative signs here, so let's try it. That's negative 6x squared plus 3x plus 9. I got it right, okay? Now, I've got this negative 3 over here. I can divide everything by negative 3. If there's a variable with it, you cannot. There's no variable. That's gone. You have 2x squared minus x minus 3 equals 0. 0 divided by anything is still 0. Now, factor first. Can I factor this guy out? Yes, I can. 2x and x. I have a negative on the end. That's plus and minus. Could be minus and plus. I don't know. Let's see what we get. I'm going to try 3 and 1. It's either 3 and 1 or 1 and 3. Let's see what we get. 2x squared Minus 2x plus 3x is a positive x. Uh-oh, change your signs. This one's negative, this one's positive. Let's try it. 2x squared, 2x minus 3x is a negative x. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. We did it. Last step, this is what's new. Each factor equal to 0 and solve. This one's easy. X is negative 1. This one, add 3. 2x is 3 divided by 2. X is 3 halves. There you go. X is 3 halves. Okay, everybody see that? All right, guys. This is the last video for chapter 5. I miss you all terribly. I hate looking out and not seeing your happy faces. I want you to be safe and be well and do your homework and give it to me. Thank you.